Magandang umaga, Malacanang Press Corps. Welcome sa ating pre-departure briefing ngayong araw, December 11. Ngayong linggo, pupunta si Pangulong Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. sa Tokyo, Japan para makibahagi sa ASEAN-Japan Commemorative Summit. Taking place from December 16 to 18, the summit will conclude the year marking the 50th anniversary of ASEAN-Japan relations, whose theme is Golden Friendship, Golden Opportunities. Aside from the ASEAN-Japan Summit, President Marcos is also expected to meet with the Japanese business leaders to affirm the partnerships between the Philippines and Japan. Para bigyan pa tayo ng detalye sa gaganaping ASEAN-Japan Commemorative Summit, kasama natin ngayon si Department of Foreign Affairs Office of ASEAN Affairs Assistant Secretary Daniel R. Espiritu. Good morning, Assistant Secretary Espiritu.
Yeah, good morning, Daphne. And thank you once again for giving us this opportunity to brief the Malacanang Corps. And good morning also to the Corps. It's a pleasure again to join you. Nagiging ano na yata to, no? Seasonal round. No? Because it seems that ASEAN has more summits than the United Nations and even APEC. Wow. So I hope you're getting used to this. And in the course of our several briefings through the months and through the years, you'll get also used to and more familiar with the topics. No? Anyway, as Daphne said, it's true the President is leaving on the 15th for Tokyo to attend the 50th anniversary of ASEAN-Japan relations. Now, this is very important because Japan is one of the first dialogue partners of ASEAN. And it's one of the most dynamic. Its participation in ASEAN has covered not only political security matters such as defense and transnational crime and mutual legal assistance, but also mutual economic activities which all helped in community building in ASEAN, and also socio-cultural and people-to-people activities. It's a whole gamut of relations. And they were able to sustain and develop it through the years such that this year, they were declared a comprehensive strategic partner of ASEAN. And one of the objectives of this summit is exactly to announce the comeuppance of Japan as a comprehensive strategic partner of ASEAN, a thing that was already confirmed during the last summit of ASEAN in Jakarta. But anyway, this time, the summit will focus on ASEAN-Japan relations, of course. And let me just say that it will consist of several activities. The core point of which would be the summit itself on December 17. But before the summit, there is a co-creation of the Economy and Society Forum, which will be also held on the 16th. Now, the President will not attend that. It's usually at the ministerial level, but it will be attended by some of the most important businesses of Japan. Now, while the President will be departing Manila on the 15th, his first official engagement may be a bilateral meeting with Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida. But since the details of this are still being firmed up, I will not divulge yet the details. Now, on the night of the 16th will be the first real ASEAN engagement of the President, and that will be the dinner hosted by Prime Minister Kishida at the State Guest House or the Akasaka Palace. Now, the 17th, as I said, will be the main day of the summit. It will be a whole day affair. The opening session will start at 9:30, and then it will be followed by a session on the reviewing ASEAN-Japan relations, as well as international and regional developments. So here, not only will they review the cooperation activities of ASEAN through the years, but also they will discuss South China Sea, East China Sea, Myanmar, North Korea, and other international developments that have a bearing on ASEAN. Now, I will not give the details. Statements on this are still under negotiation, so let's just wait for the statements to finish. We cannot preempt, we cannot predict what the outcome will be at this point. Now, the next session will include a working lunch, during which they will be talking about people-to-people activities between ASEAN and Japan. They theme these heart-to-heart partners across generations. But basically, it's a student and youth exchange, art and cultural cooperation, and sports cooperation. Now, this is very important to us since the Philippines is one of the major beneficiaries of this youth and people-to-people exchange, and especially exchange of students. Yeah, you have the so-called Genesis program, the JICA program, and also the sports program. And in fact, the Philippines is one of the Philippine youth is one of the largest block of participants in this Genesis program. Now, in the afternoon, the last session would be on ASEAN-Japan Economic Partnership, and this is themed Partners for Co-Creation of Economy and Society of the Future. Medyo similar dun sa forum the day before, no? But this time it's on the summit level. And what will they talk about? They'll be talking about trade and investment, supply chain, connectivity and infrastructure, climate change, and food and energy security. Now, the session will close at 2:10 p.m., but at night, at 6:10, the leaders will be attending a pre-gala commemorative lighting ceremony at Azabudai Hills. Now, right after this lighting ceremony, they are going to depart for Okura Hotel, where the gala dinner will be held. The next day, there is another event that is not exactly ASEAN, but is quite participated in by most of the countries of ASEAN and other countries. It's the Asia Zero Emissions Community, a separate regional organization composed of ASEAN, Japan, and Australia. Now, this is, as the name of the community indicates, dedicated to lowering the emission of carbon gases into the atmosphere towards supposedly a zero net effect at the end. Now, this will run for only 45 minutes, but the President will participate in this. And this is important for us because as one of the countries most vulnerable to climate change, we are committed to the outcome of the last the COP28 meeting, and this will also be an opportunity for us to request for support for our bid to host the board of the Loss and Damage Fund board. Now, the next thing probably that we will have to take into consideration is the fact that there will also be business meetings, bilateral business meetings. This will be headed by the DTI. And one of these on the 18th is scheduled tentatively at 1:20 p.m. would be a roundtable meeting for a status report on the pledges and agreements signed during the February 2023 visit of the President, and also the signing of new business agreements. Now, this is important because I remember during our last briefing, one of the questions posed here was what happened to the pledges before, right? So this will be an opportunity for us to see what the progress are. And mind you, there are a lot here. I won't go into the details. Ang daming businesses involved, and they're on different levels of progress and development. Let's just wait for this meeting to finish for us to have something more definitive. And then there's also an indicatively scheduled kapihan with the media at 2:40 p.m. And then at 4 p.m., they are scheduling an event at the Imperial Palace this is an audience with the Japanese Emperor and the Japanese Empress. Of course, the President will be there. And then after that, the President will be departing for the Philippines at 6:45 p.m. Now, I think I'll end my briefing here. We'll open ourselves to questions. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Assistant Secretary Espiritu. Maris Umali.
Hi, good morning,
Hi,
Assistant
good morning,
Secretary.
Maris. Yeah.
Sir, you mentioned a while ago that this is going to be a whole gamut of discussions in the sessions. You mentioned about political, defense, and strategic relations. How does the Reciprocal Access Agreement factor into the sessions that will be attended by the President in this visit?
Okay, Maurice, the RAA is more or less a bilateral issue, so it would definitely be a part of the ASEAN agenda. But
it will
probably
definitely be part. It will definitely be part.
Not be a part of the ASEAN agenda. Yeah. But it could be. Who knows?
Will
I cannot
be,
confirm this, but it could be a matter of bilateral discussion between the Philippines and Japan.
But how might the visit of the President Marcos impact our strategic and geopolitical challenges, especially with the very recent harassments that have happened over the weekend in the West Philippine Sea? Will there be any discussions on this matter?
We will see. Yeah, probably in general, because definitely they will be talking about international developments and regional developments, and among them are developments in the South China Sea and the East China Sea. But it will be discussed within the ASEAN context. We don't have details on that yet. It will depend on the developments during the negotiation of the statements, outcome statements. And also, it will depend on the dynamics of the meeting. That one we cannot predict. But as for specific issues on the West Philippine Sea, I would like to point out that there will be a separate briefing this afternoon. So I guess on bilateral matters with Japan and on the West Philippine Sea, I guess it will be more appropriately discussed.
Yes, because I think
at that
this
forum.
is a very perfect opportunity, considering that there has just been a trilateral agreement that has been signed among the three nations, the Philippines, Japan, and the United States. And this visit is, I think, a perfect opportunity for this issue to be discussed, right?
Yeah. Well, that's right in a sense, yes, because the good thing about it is that Japan has always been supportive of the Philippines in these issues. And even in its interventions in ASEAN meetings, it has always been strongly supportive of the Philippines on West Philippine issues, and even the arbitral award.
Thank you so much, sir.
Celerina Monte.
Good morning, sir. Celerina Monte from NHK.
Hi, Celerina.
Sir, regarding just to clarify, the bilateral meeting between the President and the Prime Minister will be on the 15th, correct?
There's one being scheduled on the 16th.
On the 16th. So what could be the possible agenda of their meeting? And
Yeah. Okay, Celerina, that one's still being finalized. So I cannot divulge the details yet. It might be premature. Yeah. Thank you. But definitely it's on matters of bilateral common concern.
because there was an initial discussion previously by the Philippine government, the defense in particular, with their counterpart, so on RAA. So I'm wondering if there will be a follow-through on that during that meeting.
That one I cannot give you yet. Yeah. Well, the bilateral issues are not exactly within the purview of the Office of ASEAN Affairs. So I will leave that to the proper office in the DFA. Probably you can ask that this afternoon during the briefing.
Sir, last, regarding the supposedly joint communique, so will the President be pushing for the, like, what happened to the West Philippine Sea over the weekend? Like, would there be stronger statement regarding that?
Okay, the joint statement is not being negotiated by the leaders. It's being negotiated by the by the ambassadors of ASEAN in Jakarta. Now, as to the content of that negotiation, we cannot divulge it yet. It's still ongoing. Yeah, thank you. Oh, by the way, there are two deliverables here. two outcome documents for the summit. That's the joint vision statement of ASEAN and Japan, and then the implementation plan for that joint statement. Now, the joint statement covers, of course, as I said a moment ago, all the intergamut of relations between ASEAN and Japan. What we call the three pillars of ASEAN: political security matters, which includes defense issues, transnational crime, and etc., but also economic issues, trade and investment, and socio-cultural issues, people-to-people exchange issues, climate change, and again, etc. I cannot give specifics because they are still under negotiation. Okay. Thank you.
Joyce Balancho, DZMM.
Sir, good morning.
Hi, good morning,
Will
Joyce.
there be bilateral agreements expected to be signed?
I cannot confirm that yet. Yeah.
How about
Not yet.
meetings, bilateral meetings with other leaders on the sidelines?
There's nothing that was indicated so far.
And sir,
Yeah, because this is going to be a primarily ASEAN thing. So if ever there will be one, we'll just see. There'll be side events.
Alright.
Thank you.
Sir, na-observe ko lang, wala nang meeting with the Filipino community, is that right? Because he already did that when he first visited Tokyo.
Yeah, there's no scheduled one. Yeah, sunod-sunod yung mga mutual visits. So, okay. Thank you.
Okay, Maricel Halili, TV5.
Hi, Marcel.
Hi,
Yeah.
sir. Magandang
Hi,
umaga.
magandang umaga.
Sir, follow-up. You mentioned earlier that there will be business agreements that will be signed. May we know kung ano-ano tong mga businesses na inaasahan natin?
Okay. I cannot yet divulge the details, no? Ginagawa pa itong mga details na to, no? Because these were just added to the agenda of the president, no? But suffice it to say that there will be, and that they will be done during the business meetings. And then that again, as I said a moment ago, there will be a portion, the important portion of that business event would be the assessment of the progress of the previous ones, so that there will be more perception of the concrete outcomes of the previous agreements. Thank you.
And who will be part of the delegation, sir? Gaano kalaki?
Okay, this will be a lean and mean delegation because we only have a short meeting with limited agenda. So aside from the president and the speaker, and of course the first lady, you have the foreign secretary, Secretary Pascual, Secretary Frederick Go, Chiloy Garfield, Secretary Chiloy Garfield, and of course DFA officials. Very few DFA officials and DTA officials. Thank you.
Alexis Romero, Philippine
Yes,
Star.
Alexis.
Good morning, ASEC. Just going back to the Reciprocal Access Agreement. So what are the chances that it will be signed during on the sidelines of the summit?
None at all.
It
Yeah,
won't.
because it's not part of the agenda. Yeah.
Right,
And as for the bilateral meeting, it might be, but I cannot confirm that one, whether that will be a part of the agenda.
kahit sa bilateral, no chances of it being signed.
Ako, an RAA will require a long time to make,
Okay.
so I don't think it could be done in just one sitting. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, ASEC.
Alan Francisco, PTV4.
Hi, sir. Hi, ma'am.
Hi, Alan.
Sir, how would you describe the relationship of ASEAN with Japan, or to be more specific, the relationship of of Japan to the Philippines or with the Philippines?
Okay, between ASEAN and Japan, it's one of the most dynamic, as I said a moment ago. Yeah, it's involved in practically every aspect of community building, from the political area, political diplomatic area, to security areas. It's a supporter of the ASEAN outlook on the Indo-Pacific, which is the ASEAN version of the Indo-Pacific concept, focusing not only on security, but more on economics and climate action. And then it's also very much embedded in the economic framework of ASEAN, because we have this ASEAN-Japan Comprehensive Economic Partnership. And we also have an FTA, an ASEAN FTA with Japan. Now, as for the Philippines, I can say probably to a certain extent we have a stronger relation with Japan than many, if not all, of the members of ASEAN. And this is even becoming more intensified in the last few years because of common security and economic concerns. At the same time, we were able to maintain the high level of people-to-people and socio-cultural exchange between us. As you well know, marami sa atin yung mga sa mga kabataan natin ang dumaan doon sa JICA program, and now the Genesis program, and the other student exchange and other training programs. So, thank you.
Thank you. Eden Santos, Net 25.
Good morning, sir.
Hi, good morning.
Sir. Regarding po dun sa climate change, clarification lang, ang Pangulo po ba ay encourage ang Japan at Australia na mag-support po dun sa Loss and Damage Fund?
Well, yes, not only the two of them, but all of the participants of the meeting. ASEAN 10 plus Japan and Australia. And we're batting for the chance to host yung board for the Loss and Damage Fund.
So, meron po bang involved na mga pondo na ihihilingin po ang Pilipinas para idagdagan yung, tama ba, 1 billion na pondo po?
As for specifics like that, wala pa akong information.
So, paano
Thank
po
you.
yung support na hihingi ng Pangulo from Japan and other countries po?
Ayun, as I said, yung because we are bidding for to be a host of the headquarters of that program. So let's just say na what I can divulge to you is only that aspect na hihingi natin support nila on that. As to specifics, it's not part of what were shared with us. We have to imagine that this is not exactly a UN meeting, so I don't think it will dwell on all those technical specifics at this point. Tingnan natin if in the progress of the Asia Zero Emissions Community Meeting, kung may lalabas na mga ganon, because we understand that experts will also be there. Yeah, thank you.
So ito pong Japan trip naman ng Pangulo, hindi naman po masyadong magdudulot ng negative effects sa kanyang kalusugan since katatapos lang naman po niya sa COVID-19.
Siguro naman hindi, because I believe that in the past 2 days, lumabas na si Presidente. In fact, he was with this gift-giving program sa Malacanang, and we hope that he will be already up and running fully during the event.
The President was at Puso ng Pasko last night, and he attended it. Going back to the Loss and Damage Fund, just to add to the clarification that the Philippines is asking, has expressed interest to host the board in Manila, which was in the speech of Secretary Yulo Loizaga, I believe on Saturday at the COP28, and also for the Philippines to have a seat at the board. That's okay. Let's have Harley Valbuena, DZME.
Hi, good morning po.
Hi, Harley.
Asec, you mentioned that transnational crimes will be part of the agenda. So we all know that there's a recent bombing sa MSU po sa Marawi City, and the President pointed out that the foreign terrorists are behind it, and then IS claimed it already. So will they discuss about the bombing incident, and at the same time, will he push for the strengthening or enhancement of our transnational security to avoid these incidents to happen in the future?
Okay, transnational crime and counterterrorism have always been part of ASEAN agenda, not only with Japan, but with almost all of the major partners. So, nandiyan na yan. It's been a long-standing affair, since, especially since 9/11. And the mechanisms of cooperation have already been in operation since then. So, as for the intensification of that, yeah, probably yes. Yeah, but we leave that doon sa, because this is a matter that will be handled even in more detail by the experts on this, by the relative, what we call the sectoral bodies of ASEAN. May mga bodies tayo on counterterrorism, no? And then it will also definitely be in the joint vision statement. Yeah, thank you.
Alexis Romero, Philippine Star.
Hi, Alexis.
ASEC, regarding the business deals, do you have any figure how much yung worth and kahit roughly how many business deals will be signed during the visit of the President?
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have the details. Yeah, thank you. Probably we can ask that's DTI. But I think at this point, it's still a work in progress, so it's still very fluid.
But do you have any idea at least what sectors
Well, kasama yung creative economy sector because as I said a moment ago, there will be an event doon which will even include parang a fashion show involving Philippine fashion designers using fabrics, a fusion of Filipino and Japanese fabrics.
So creative economy.
Yeah, creative economy and probably more on IT and etc. Yeah, but as for the others, I don't have a detail. Yeah, the detail I would have more of that, I think.
Thank you, Asek.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Okay. Alvin Baltasar. Mike, please, left.
Asek, good morning po.
Hi, good morning.
Asek, nabanggit nyo kanina magpa-follow up si Pangulo doon sa mga business arrangements na ginawa niya last February, yung mga agreements. Kasama ba itong ipa-follow up, Asek, yung pagbabalik ng FX? Lalo na masiti yung ating pamahalaan na magkaroon ng modernization sa transport natin.
I'm sorry, I did not see that detail doon sa sa briefing na ginawa sa amin. But it might be. I'm not sure. I cannot answer you on that one.
Ilang business meetings po ba ang expected na dadalo ni Pangulo?
Well, at least 2. But hindi pa firm up lahat to, no? They're just on the table. No?
Okay. I think this concludes our press briefing this morning. Thank you so much, Malacanang Press Corps, and thank you, ASEC Espiritu.
Yeah, thank you, Daphne, and thanks to all of you again. Yeah, hope to see you there.
Thank you.